To your bed, I found nothing from the good old days. Just a duct tape box with my name. Okay. Feels I want to say that again. Because I was gone so fucking long. You want to know why? It was so. So, as we all know, my computer's a piece of fucking shit. So, I turned it off. I meant to hit restart, but like, no big deal. I just pressed the button on the tower. It's just a little more manual than I intended. No problem. I jump back in, click the button, computer's on. Perfect. I use a Stream Deck because I'm annoying. I like the optimization. I'm not gonna lie. It opens all my bullshit for me. It's perfect. Great. Open. So I click the button. Okay, there's an all done button, like, right? Because I have it flipped to the first page, which is where all of my starting up buttons are. So I click that one to go to my startup button. I It goes blank. I go, "Oh, okay. Must have clicked that too early. Oops." So I guess I have to mess with my Stream Deck to get it working. No problem. So I go over to my mouse to fucking start using my computer, and my mouse isn't moving. I'm like, what the fuck is going? Where's my mouse? Like, where am I? My computer froze immediately. It does that sometimes where I'll like get into the computer, I'll like log in and it'll pull everything up. I'll click one button and it's gone. Sometimes I can't even get that far where it'll get to the desktop and then I can't do anything. It's frozen as soon as I get on. So that's what happened. So I had to turn it off again and then turn it back on. Dude, I'm so... Whatever. Here we are. It's fine. I just think it's funny. Um uh the, the fact that it's instant is just like completely humiliating, honestly. Um I um no. Uh I just really need a new computer. Like, that's all that can really fix this problem, unfortunately. But I really don't. I mean, I kind of do. Um, uh, have that kind of money laying around, but it was literally just Christmas. I spent a shit ton on presents and stuff, and I also keep, uh, let's just say I make bad financial decisions. They're not like it's not like they're detrimental because it's like um I'm not like breaking the bank. So me, I'm not breaking the bank or anything, but I've just been spending more money recently. Um one purchase rate. You're in a lot worse of a situation than I am, to be fair. Like um uh you're you don't have a job, basically. Um Unfortunately. Yeah. which I feel bad that you have to do. Um, cuz they're really nice to you and stuff. Um, but yeah, it does make sense that you'd have to. Um, I'm starting to drop frames. Okay, I might be okay. Anyway, be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm back now. Um, what was I talking about? I was talking about financials, but I was making a point. Um, oh, okay. So nice, but I worked. That wasn't nice in this job, which is funny because like the fact that this one, I maybe your tolerance for like bullshit is just lower now because you had to deal with something for 3 years, or maybe how nice they are gives you the confidence to want to leave. Maybe the shittiness of the 3 year job beat you into the ground so badly you lost so much confidence that you didn't want to quit. I'm just making shit up, honestly. Um, okay. Whoa. was was that too deep for you or what happened? I'm sorry. Pump the brake. Okay, what did I do? I'm confused. You're scaring me. Oh man. Tablet properties. We'll go ahead and pin this to the taskbar. Um, not bad. You just went too fast with theories. Okay, sorry. My bad. What the hell? Why isn't it doing it then? What the fuck? Alt right click. This isn't gonna work. Nothing's gonna change it now unless you do. You stay out. Put that back. I think overall this job kills me because I'm a pushover loser. This job is mentally taxing as it requires a lot of pay. You're probably right in the sense that it requires a lot of patience. But I don't know. I feel like keep it down. Um I I I don't know since I it sounds like you've tried talking to them about stuff. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's unfair to blame this on you being a quote unquote pushover loser. My dad. Sorry, my bullshit isn't working properly and it's starting to piss me off. Can't wait to start my computer over again. Like, oh! Okay. Having the worst senior years in college of all time while working at a job that is nice but doesn't listen consistently. Yeah, I definitely think that having a job that can cancel on you randomly probably isn't like the best job in the world. I don't know. And because you're making zero money, technically, if you really think about it, you're making negative money. Um, hiring more people is fucking crazy. By the way, like, he's not like the rest. He sings in the kitchen. He's good with the kids. Um, but yeah, wanting to leave makes complete sense, and I don't blame you for it at all. Giving up on a feeling that everyone wants a chance. Don't understand. My savings is gonna bring out, yeah, because I make nothing, so I'm saving like, yeah. And I mean, like, perhaps, okay, now, this is gonna sound bad for like a split second, but hear me out here. I feel like due to how, like, strapped for cash you are, you've had to kind of learn, I'm gonna kind of, how to save money a little bit better, which is probably good. Um, it's not great that you had to be in this situation. Um, but being in a situation where you had to figure out how is probably good, especially since you never had to. Um, like fresh from college, I'm sorry, fresh from high school, you never really had to worry about saving money, so but we're gonna have to like start. This I might use the airbrush. We'll see. I'll kind of mess around with texture on this one and see how it goes. Um, oh, I don't know. I've tried being like, can you guys give me more? And other BCBAs being like, I'm not training you because you probably won't want to work with them more. Huh? Having preferences. Oh no. Tech preference isn't fucking fair. No wonder you don't like her in particular. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about because there's no way it's the other two. You know what I mean? Um, no, it's great, but now if I want to lose weight, I'm not eating out and I don't buy much on Amazon without it being a present anymore. It's like saving my money is being fixed. But if I can't make money, so to save it feels like I'm learning nothing. At this stage, it'll probably feel that way, but this person, and give it, especially if you're not really supposed to get kids used to working with one person. If that's like actively like something you're not supposed to be fucking doing, it doesn't really matter who works well with them, does it? We should be probably, I just a guess here, either training everyone to be working that well with every kid, or not focusing on that as much, and like letting the kid get used to, because I don't know, like once they get to school, um they're not going to be with the same teacher every time. So if the first teacher that they get doesn't work well with them, they're fucking shit out of luck. What did I just say? Hopefully it was what I meant. Not training any kid because I won't work. Oh, time is scummy. Yeah. Especially with how frequently a lot of these people fucking call off and how frequently you don't and actually end up taking shifts. You know what I mean? So, like, what's going on there? Actually don't like as much white there. I feel like that's good. Son of a bitch, I forgot. Ew. B. Okay. Sure, fuck it. Let's do whatever we want. That's real great. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my tablet right now, but it's really pissing me off. Kind of does have like a step situation. I like the little random ringlet curls. I think they're fun. Forgot, sorry. It's going very well. Train to get farther. Run with me, lands where you are. Actually, might need to darken this a little. Will I see a turning point has come and flip the switch around? Okay. And also, being available only at certain times is great for other jobs, but here the shifts are available 9 to 5, 12 to 3, or 3 to 6. So, on like 2 of the days, I'm available after 12:15. It doesn't matter because I won't get a shift because the shift started 15 minutes ago. But when one of my coworkers needed to be out at 5:30, they still gave her stuff. Ooh, ew. That's fucked up. Ips. Ips. Okay. Noise. Coming up short. Worried about. Cool. Right. You come and flip the switch. It is kind of weird how there seems to be like favorites. Low key. What's even worse is that being the call-in person has made me even more resentful because I can't say no because my kids call off all the time. Yeah. So there's really no opportunity for you to set like a halfway decent boundary because you need the money. So you're stuck. I might need to go back through and. Oh my god! My tablet not working is really starting to fucking grind my gears. It's weird they like I can tell. And the unfortunately, not to be like if you let them, they will. Cause you know when they're complimenting you on being flexible, not to be like you are causing the problem. That's not necessarily the case, but bending over backwards and like meeting their every whim, yeah, and it's justified in a sense because since you get so like it, I don't know. Unfortunately, laying down boundaries at the beginning of a job, not to like therapy speakify that whole thing, but it is unfortunately important because otherwise they will walk all over you. It's okay. It's not your fault completely. They shouldn't be doing this shit. Like this, not to be like this is some bare minimum bullshit, but um having hiring employees, other employees when when they um hiring other employees when some of their employees can't fucking make ends meet because they're not getting enough hours is completely fucking ridiculous. They should absolutely the fuck not be hiring other people if some folks can't. Holy fuck, sorry. That sounded particularly bad. If some people can't, like, literally live. Because that's what a job is for. I'm pretty fucking sure. Um, I don't know. They're while setting boundaries and stuff and making sure that you're not walked all over is important, it's still their bad for doing the shitty things. You know what I mean? Which is fair and like makes sense, but at the same time, shh, it's okay, it's okay. Um, it's fair and makes sense, unfortunately, but why are they hiring so many people if they can't? And honestly, why aren't there enough like shifts and stuff as well? Like what are we fucking doing? Be honest. Um, like that's another thing that yuck, man. And like, yeah, hiring more people for um yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I think the only funky shift was starts on, which is on Fridays, which starts at 1:45. Huh. That does sound like an interesting one. How long is it? So they can't schedule me 12 to 3 on Fridays. Because it starts at 1:45. But why? I'm gonna be honest, I think the I think the parents have too much control over um what um uh over like what times can be done. It's 4 hours and 15 minutes. So till 1:45, 2:45, 3:45, 4:45. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, thanks. I was really struggling there. Um, um, I yeah, I think the parents have a little too much control over how often they can cancel, when they fucking show up, when they show up to drop their kids off, when they show up to pick their kids up, when they're canceling, when like ooh, it's mostly the parents, I feel. Is the shift been working for a while now? The kids are of course. I didn't realize that there was I didn't realize you were working a 1:45 to 6. Have you mentioned it? Sorry. Oops, sorry. I didn't realize that was happening. And that can stay pretty harsh right there, I think. And brown. I have mentioned it a time or two, but yeah, I'm not very happy now. Is the library job open at You said library and I wanted to kill myself immediately. But I you probably have more people at yours, honestly. You know, honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise that I didn't get the full-time version of the job that I'm working right now. Because I think if I had to work any more hours than I do, I would kill myself and die on purpose. Probably because don't they pay like shit though? Mm. What? It pays more than me? May as well go over there then. Damn. The fuck? We have a pretty library, not really, so you should come over. Come over, like, get a job there also, or come over to visit? Because you already know I love using the services I will be paying for via my tuition. Oh. I mean, does it say if they're hiring more than one person? Because I already have a job. Like, sure, I fucking hate it and want to kill myself, but, like, if you need a new job more than I do. And also, if I'm going to get a new job, I am not going to fucking go to a second library. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna go through the trouble of getting a new job, I'm gonna go someplace else. I'm also not keen on getting a new job in general until I graduate from college, because I feel like at this point I may as well just stick around where I am right now, and then I can just fucking do a um I can just have a career. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick. I hate working part time. I just want a career. I want to be able to have a salary. I want to move out. I'm too old for this gay shit. This gay part time shit that I'm doing right now. Well, that's what I thought too, but I, I get hours, so I'm not in the same like situation. I understand why you thought that, but like things like there it's a bit out of your control at this point. Um like I think I fear you've been put in a situation where you have to go. I'm not really in the same boat. I'm good. It'll be kind of shitty this next semester cuz I don't think I work a full 29. Cuz I don't cuz I go into school at uh oh right. I'm gay and stupid. Um can you fucking do what I tell you to do, please? Maybe I'll spray it. Um ooh, this might need to be lighter. Um I just don't know what to do and I'm feeling very sure you didn't mean to do that, but about it lately. I feel there's well, you know, typically that's how it goes. Being uh making more money would as a result make you financially secure. Oh fuck, I have to run an ad. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm kind of good at this low key. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna run my ad really quick, so I will be right back. Everybody sit tight during the ad. okay, I'm back now. I randomly decided to get back on Bumble because I'm doing all of my um uh New Year's resolution bullshit. Thank you, it's good to be back. Um, but I'm doing all my New Year's resolution bullshit, so I was like, oh, fuck it, Weeball. I'll get back on. Um, for fun. Cause I've made one pretty good friend on there. Um, not a lot, admittedly. Um, but one. So I was like, fuck it, Weeball, let's get back on there. Um, a lot of them flop. And okay, so I read this tweet earlier, right? And it was just like, uh, a lot of people are afraid. Okay, well, no, it was like, something, something, something. Sometimes you have to embarrass yourself a little to make deeper connections, or some stupid gay shit like that, right? So I, I was thinking about that tweet. I was like, I don't seem to have any trouble with that, cause I kind of forget that like I'm supposed to make a good first impression or whatever. Like I forget to care about that kind of thing. Um I don't know what the etiquette is. I've never, I don't really pay attention to that kind of thing. Um I just I take a very like genuine approach. Which I agree is a good thing. So like I'm not looking to change the behavior or anything. I just think it's funny that that's immediately how I decided to approach it. But the problem is that other people aren't approaching it in the same way. Like I look at it and I'm like, okay, on this person's account, they say they like to this most recent person they crochet. So I was like, "Hey, saw that you." This was the first thing that I said. "Hey, saw that you crochet." I don't know if you're supposed to say hi, how are you first or like what's up. I don't I cut to the fucking chase. We're trying to be friends. I'm trying to get to know you. But first thing I said was like, "Hey, notice that you crochet. What kind of stuff do you crochet? Blankets, stuffed animals, clothes? What's up? Can I see some?" You know? Because that's the kind of thing that I'm interested in. So I end up matching with a lot of people who do like creative things, like artists, writers, crocheters, mostly those in that range. Um, but I, feel like I don't need that much. Um, but yeah, I jump right the fuck in. Like you have a bio and a profile for a reason. It's supposed to be like an introductory thing that you tell me real quick, and then I will ask a question based on that. But the thing is that when I do that, the conversation almost immediately starts with them as the focus. And then 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking to people, they don't ask anything about me. Am I just supposed to, like, keep asking you shit? Do you want to get to know me? And that kind of turns me off, is like, if you don't want to know me, why are we doing this? I don't want to be friends with someone who doesn't give a shit about anything that I have to say, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I take a very, like, hard clear cut approach, and then when the other person doesn't, come back with a similar like interested energy, like you swiped yes on me, you know what I mean? That's step one, is we both had to like each other's profile, so you had to have liked something about me, because it's not like my profile is all that interesting. Like I've got a couple of pictures and shit. I Since I'm an artist, I did like half pictures of me and then half pictures of stuff that I've drawn. I'm not a big picture taker when I'm going out places. Typically, it's other people taking pictures of me. So that's the only reason I have any pictures of myself. I'm not taking pictures of myself. I don't take pictures. That's not my thing. I don't do that. So it was a better indicator of, I guess, my personality to share stuff that I've made. I like making things. That's one of the things that I do. So, like, I also let people know that I'm fucking annoying right off the bat. I'm like, I do stream on Twitch. If you think that's stupid, unfortunately, I participate in that particular activity. I'm a little embarrassed, which is funny because I take it so seriously. So you think I wouldn't be embarrassed? Oh, I'm humiliated. But anyway, I but yeah, so I think that might be why people don't take as like genuine of an approach as I do, is because they're scared to be seen as like too genuine and vulnerable. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just kind of speculating here, but there has to be something there. Um, cuz some of these people, man, either they've never talked to anybody in their lives or they're just not very reciprocal. Some people are boring also. I found. Um some people are boring. There is a risk of that. Um Didn't store it, but you looked away. Oops, forgot. It's not bad luck, and it's not my fault. I think it's because you're on Bumble, so they still expect the "Hey, how are you?" small talk before penis pictures. They're looking for. Yeah. I don't know. It's like you have a profile for a reason. I don't really. Sure, I guess I care about how you are, but like we can do that later. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. People like talking about themselves, so I think it's always kind of weird when I start off that way and they give me nothing. I've had that never happen actually, because everybody fucking likes talking about themselves. Um, it's really easy to pull back the curtains. You know what I mean? Let me take a look at my other one really quick. I forget what I did for it. Okay, I did an eyebrow and then kind of. Damn, I did a good ass job too. Anyway, um, whoops, I opened it on accident. Here it is. Oops. Piss off. Didn't ask for your opinion. Um, ew. Um, where's my? It's actually paint, isn't it? Thick. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I feel like a a friendship app probably also isn't the best place to be making friends, but it's kind of all I have right now. I would love to do something else. I just don't know what to do. I'm not exactly like the most outgoing person in reality, so kind of like, can you fucking do what I tell you to do, please? Um so um um okay, thank God. Um standing still. Um so like going to a random location and like talking to somebody doesn't that's not how that would go, I'm pretty sure. I could try. Like going to more places and like being where somebody else might start a conversation is probably a good move. Um but I don't really know where I'd go for that to occur. And I'm kind of hoping I can start making friends through other friends, you know what I mean? Like I can kind of leech off of their friend group that they already have, like a pre-existing one. Um so that would be ideal. And it sounds like I'm kind of in with the one friend that I've made so far. Cause I went to her Halloween party next college. I agree. I am very excited. Cause I can join a club or like um make one even. You know what I'm saying? Um and I'm excited to have coworkers someday. Like I'm so psyched to have coworkers. It's not even funny. Um cuz as it stands, I don't have any coworkers. Um um oops. Ew. Um I I also like the prospects of like finding other people who are like-minded since we all picked the same program of study. Like that's a good starting point, I think. Um um but at the same time, if that were true, I would have made friends already since I've been to college for so many fucking years, but maybe a 4-year will be different. I'm not sure. I a little bit hope that's the case. People are on their knees for friends. I love friends. Me too. It's not to be like it's we need to go back to the good old days or whatever, but we do. Blah blah blah. I'm too mentally ill for that bunch of admittedly you do scare me sometimes cuz friends are good for you. But if you don't want any, it's not any of my business. I just think perhaps I don't know, you just you have no interest in it and it like you've said a couple times how if you had the choice to work remote and never talk to anybody ever again or leave the house you wouldn't. And no, don't do that. It's gone. No. Sing out, dancing with your picture of your brother. You looked proud. Friendships in high school and so I right now. Okay, right now it made me feel better. Um, but yeah, I understand that. you did have the worst fucking people imaginable around you. Like they were actively mean to you. I'm gonna cut it hard, I think. Um, which makes me sad. Cause I can't it's not like I had the greatest friends back in high school, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I sure was more annoying about it. I was like, if you're not chill, if you're not gonna be nice to me, I don't wanna fucking talk to you. Like I don't know, I don't fuck around. Like why make myself suffer? The lights of Virginia are too bright to stand. She's walking home with new life in her hands. Okay. I'm exporting. Um, so then we can get fucking started on the good shit. Pinup Santa, like I promised. Um, I don't know. Uh, I don't know where I got that. Like the really hardcore um lines in the sand, cuz I'm pretty like sometimes it's too like it used to be to my detriment. Like now I'm kind of willing to work through things. I'm willing to communicate with people. When I was a kid, if something bothered me, I just wouldn't say anything and then I'd cut them off. Not cut them off, but like I'd stop talking to them. I'd be like, "Okay, you kind of suck. I don't like talking to you, so I'm just not going to anymore." Um, but I there was one friend that I made at the library who I hated being around so bad that I ended up snapping. Like they tried to talk to me a few times and they were so self-absorbed and like in their own head and all they could think about was themselves. And I was so sick to death of them complaining all the time. This was not very nice of me to do. Like luckily I was like a kid, so it kind of that's just how it went. But like I got sick of them trying to talk to me. I was like, Okay, man, you are so selfish and you only talk about yourself and you never ask me how I'm doing. I could have brought it up like when it bothered me, but instead of doing that, I blew up and was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Bye. Which I feel bad about. Um, to an extent, because what ended up happening is they were like, "Hey, because of what you said, I changed my life for the better, and things really turned around for me after you said that." I was like, "Oh," because like I got a message from them on Tumblr. They were like, "Oh yeah, I think I remember you. Do you remember me?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do. I hi, how are you?" Cause like they were like I think either my age or a little bit younger. Um, I'll read your chat just a second. Don't think I missed it, please. I'm just doing a story now. Um, I just but like we talked for a bit and they were like, "Yeah, what you said really woke me up to my behavior." And I worked on myself a little bit and I'm doing a lot better now. And they like became non-binary. I don't think that had anything to do with me. It's possible, but I don't think it had anything to do with me. Um, but yeah, it was like I don't I didn't do the right thing there. That was not fair of me. I could have come at it a lot nicer. I mean, probably didn't, but maybe my fuck ass gender rubbed off on them, unfortunately. But I um but yeah, I didn't come at that very well. Like I blew up as I was very blunt and not kind about it. But I'm glad things worked out for them a little bit because I've had similar blowouts with other people. And they don't change. Because there's this one. Okay, I'll read your chat now. Before I get into another story. Oh yeah, I can. Let me export this one also as a PNG. I was doing the other one. Warm ups, postables, 2024. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like every time someone thought I was cool or made a comment about how chill I was, or about how. It's like every time someone thought I was cool or made a comment about how chill I seem. But like when people said that in high school, it was typically me or spirit or not. Oh, that's sad. I love it. And I never say. I I I loved stopping being friends with people. I was like, oh, you're mean to me. Bye. And then I would drop off a face of the earth. Like back in high school, I spent the most amount of time with this one guy. He was around all the time. Straight up shared half of my like day with him. It was like we went to commercial art together and then we had lunch together. And since we had to ride the bus to commercial art, it was like bus, commercial art, bus, lunch. And so that was like, oh, upwards of half my day spent with him or like around him. And he was like racist sometimes, like in a subtle way, in a way that could be like, um, it was a lot of like microaggressions, but I called him on it a lot of the time. I was like, "You're a fucking dickhead and you're being racist right now. Can you knock that shit off, please?" He was like, "I'm not racist. My family sponsors a kid in Africa." Like, what the fuck do you mean? That doesn't mean anything. I totally forgot he said that. He was such a dick, man. He was the worst. But like it was the same, and since I was like, okay, back in high school, when you're gay, you're annoying. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. I was no exception. I'm always like, okay, I still do it, honestly. I still talk like a fucking high schooler. It's a little embarrassing, but I clearly there's no hope of me changing. Um, but like it's just skewed a little bit where I like sound homophobic, which I think is funny. To be honest. But he um I I I I called him out. I was like, "You're racist and kind of mean to people." He was like, "That's my ADHD." And I'm like, "I don't think it is. I think you're just a dick." And so I stopped talking to him. I just didn't care to be around him anymore. Even though every single day I would spend half my day nearby him at the very least. Yeah, he was just a bitch. Um, which is okay, go ahead. I'm so excited. Lands where you are. Okay, let's fucking get this shit started. I have a plan. And flip the switch. Okay, let me get a reference image because I have like a specific image in my mind's eye. Um, of my head. Everyone's laughing. We're coming up short. No, I say a turning point to come and flip the switch, spinning around us. Some of these pictures are fucking ridiculous. Oh, okay, it's this one. We're gonna base it off of this one. I'm not gonna let you see it. You're just gonna have to like trust me here, because I think it'll be funnier if you watch me do it like raw. Okay, but I have to kind of. Or I could do it on a chair. I probably won't do that. I won't do chair. We're not supposed to take too long on this shit anyway. The background. This girl who I talked to is making fun of this girl who always wore like really V necks. And if you know what I mean. She said her chest is just too big for all that. And me, with a much larger chest, just said, I feel so bad for this. At least she's not like scared to eat food and wants same hoodie with leggings, everything. I'm proudest moment. Okay, but now I'm really curious as to who was making this comment in the first place. For like who you would have said that to. Um, but like I don't know. Blue hair. I forgot. She probably was that way, wasn't she? Also, who? I'm gonna be. She was on my shit list at the moment. What? Can I ask what she did to be on your shit list in that moment, or is that too much? Okay, I need to stop. Running sign. Okay. This is a very interestingly shaped couch. Ideally, I keep the line art clean enough to just kind of color this in later. We're not doing great so far, honestly. Okay. Background sketch. Perfect. I'm so fucking psyched. This is gonna be so stupid. Okay, sorry. Oh, I love Pinup Santa Day. This is awesome. I'll probably kind of have him look at the camera a little bit more. Yeah, she talked bad about me to Mr. Yearbook when I was sitting really close to her at like the next table because she said I was the reason her entire yearbook. What the fuck? We were not, because I turned in my book page and she did not. Has the feeling. Okay, that's so fucked up. You were always like really on your shit during yearbook too. I like the only year you were off your game was COVID year, so I know her ass wasn't talking about that year. That's fucking crazy, by the way, talking shit so close by. Like, what was she thinking? More this time. Maybe this way a little bit. We're gonna kind of cover up a little bit more than I would like, but it's a really funny pose. And actually, we'll probably get a little bit of ass, so it's fine. I confronted her later, and she said, "I knew you could hear. I just thought that." What the fuck? No way! You're serious? What the fuck? That would have been it. I'm gonna be really honest. I've never. no one's ever talked shit about me to the point where I could hear. So I'm not even really sure what I would do if that happened to me. Well, that's not true. I've been told about things that have been said about me, right? Like somebody got somebody, how do I say this? An old friend of mine. This is interesting. An old friend of mine talked shit to a current friend of mine, and then the current friend of mine came to me and told me about what they said, right? But old friend, when you know it, we weren't talking already. So me hearing about the shit talking after the fact, I'm normal and wasn't gonna like be like, "Hey, heard you were talking shit," because one that would have at the time caused problems for current friend. So I wasn't gonna do that. It wouldn't be any trouble now, because current friend is now also no longer friends with old friend, not of his free will. It was actually old friend that stopped talking to current friend. Um, because he stayed friends with me after the fact. Um, but like that's the only time I've ever had anybody like talk shit about me. To my knowledge. I'm sure people talked shit about me all the time behind my back, but I've never had anybody do it so I could hear them. And I definitely didn't have it like nobody did it under the guise of like, like trying to make things better. Man, she's crazy. What the fuck? I'm my mind's boggled. Like what are we doing? I don't understand. You really did have some good friends, huh? Ooh, what are we doing? Where are we going? Okay. I might need to change the aspect ratio a little bit. Like I need to like lengthen it a little so you can see the boot. Okay, we're not gonna get any ass, unfortunately. I could try, but I don't think we will. But anyway, I didn't realize she was so bad because she was one of the few friends of yours that I didn't mind as much. Um, I don't think I felt necessarily like I think the couple times that I had hung out with her as well, like the three of us, it was okay. I used to fight people unsuccessfully when they should talk to like fist fight or and then fist fight and then you failed or like my condolences honestly. That you failed, not that you fist fought. You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Yes, fist fighting. Man, guys are so interesting. But I bet the shit talking was like, you know, what did they say? Just curious. Because anybody shit talking me was honestly so unserious. Probably. Oh, okay. People did shit talk me. I just didn't care because I was in the right and they were a fucking psychopath. I forgot. He's actually in two Discord servers that I'm in. He's such an interesting critter. Anyway, I had such an interesting high school career. But not for like normal people reasons like drugs or whatever other people did. I was kind of lame. She keeps hitting that. I'm so grateful for my support system around me now that I finished my first semester of college at Institute Community College you work at with a 4.0 GPA. And I was going to comment, girl, I hope you graduate with a 4.0 college. That's so crazy. As a little fat nerd, and I smoked a lot of weed in a deeply Catholic school, they had good reasons to hate me. You actually sounded chill as hell, to be honest. The boy effect is that I get along with them as adults. That's a dude moment for sure. I no, yeah, I my social issues, like the reason people didn't like me was because I interacted with depressed artist girls. That was kind of like my type back in the day. Oh. Sorry. The hijinks I got into for a 4'11" girl with the craziest ocean green eyes. She's still insane to this day. Like, what was I doing? But anyway, people used to talk to me all the time as the fat girl and unfortunately sober, but I was always a step away from drugs. You could have gotten them if you had asked the right people, because since you were in yearbook, you were kind of in the know, I feel like. I didn't do anything, so I was busy getting text message threats from guys who didn't wipe their ass. My skags would have hooked me up. So true. Someone's dad hit me once. My brothers kicked the shit out of him. Let's go, brothers! Also, someone's dad hitting you is fucking crazy. That's a grown ass man. What was he thinking? What was funny? Thanks, brothers. So true. Okay, the knee is right here, so we'll kind of... Not like a kiss Maggie. They're full on punch me. What the fuck? Oh, you're getting... Oh, no, yeah, honestly, I a little bit thought it was funny at the time as well. Like, I did laugh it off quite a bit. Like, to an extent, I was like, what the fuck? This is kind of scary and fucked up. Because, like, why are you, what did I do? Okay, the reason why I was being threatened is because I was trying to warn this girl that this dude was fucking crazy. I was like, hey, queen, he told you he told you he got hit by a train. And that's why he was missing school. You can't get hit by a train and miss school. You get hit by a train and you get smashed to smithereens. Like, I mean, he didn't try to kill himself by getting hit by a train, okay? The train did not miss. The, the train was going to... The train should have killed him. Like, you cannot believe him. That is not why he missed school, okay? He's fucking crazy. He's, like, threatening to commit suicide to make you feel bad for him, so you date him, okay? I was, like, trying to warn her that he was insane, because he was, and he still is. He is so entertaining, though. They're actually dating to this day. I forgot that little number. They are dating to this day. He has her in his profile picture, and he's got, like, Discord Nitro. I probably shouldn't be saying all this. It's, like, it's so giving the game away. But, like, oh my god, I was hanging out, okay, I was talking to my friend who's, like, friends with this guy, but it's more like it's kind of in a mean way, honestly. That's okay. It's none of my business. I don't talk to this guy. So, but like, um, I was talking to my friend the other day. This is like a couple weeks ago. I think back in like October. Apparently, at some point, this guy was like, I'm thinking about making amends with me because we're in two like Discord servers together. Because like I'm friends with someone and then he's friends with that same person, so we're in the same Discord servers. I haven't blocked on Discord, but you better believe I click read message every time he sends a message, cuz what if it's funny? It hasn't been lately, but sometimes it is. But anyways, apparently he had been interested in schools kind of recently. Yes. We are there till, well, I was only 17 when I ended because I was really young. Like I think I like skipped a grade kind of. Not really, like I was fine. Like I skipped a grade in a way. Like I could have been in the grade back cuz there's actually a girl in my um junior year math class who was 18 when I was still 17 and I graduated before her. But anyway, I'm 23, so yes, you are correct. School was pretty recent. Um, but yeah, he recently changed his mind. He no longer wants to make amends, and he's back to hating my guts, which is really cool. And I don't trust his ass because I was asking for help. I was like trying to build my PC or whatever back when I had money. Um, I I still do, but not enough. Not PC money, right? I've been on and off about building a new PC for a while, but I always get like stuck on the fact that it's a couple $1,000s. I'm like, ugh, that's a lot of money. I can't make that commitment. I don't know. He never reached out to me to make amends. Oh, he did try to message me once. I think I blocked him almost immediately or like didn't respond or something. That was a really long time ago, but he wanted to make amends with like a little bit. Um, yeah, school 16 years ago for me, all the people I knew were married. Yes, we are. There's only one fucking person this could be. My mortal enemy. Um, but yeah, he changed his mind. He no longer wants to make amends. And so I had asked our mutual friend for help with and he doesn't know fuck about shit about computers, but I had asked anyway. And I was like, "Hey, do you like thinking about building a PC? What do you think?" Cuz he has a decent PC. So I was like, maybe he knows. He absolutely the fuck does not. He doesn't know anything about computers. I should have known better than to ask, to be honest, but I asked anyway. I was like, "Does this look good to you?" Because I was like using my fuck ass PC builder website that I found. Um, because that's the only way it works for me. Because it'll tell me what parts are compatible with each other. So I was trying to make one, and I ended up making like the most expensive one humanly possible, right? So I was like trying to get the price down or something. So I was sending it to a couple of people. I was like, "Hey, do you know what the fuck is going on? Take a look at my PC parts list." And he was like, "I don't know anything. Here, I'll ask around." So what he ended up doing is he sent it in one of the servers. I'm inactive in both of these servers because there's really no point in talking to some of these people. Gonna keep it real. One of them is really sweet. Like every time I get in a call with these guys, never the weird guy. Because he no longer wants to make amends, so obviously there's really no point in talking to him. But like he's never on the phone. It's like my good friend and then a couple of other people who I know enough to be like comfortable in a Discord call with. But one of them is really really nice to me. He's always like super psyched when I get in the call. So um big fan of him. Uh Especially because some of those like phone calls aren't the most pleasant because it's all cis men that are in there, so I'm like really on the on the outskirts of, like, the group. Like, I don't really fit in as well. They don't, they're not mean to me. Um, I don't hang out with the guy who was mean to me once. I was like, oh, and stopped, because, why would I choose to be around someone who sucks? So I just don't get on call when when that guy in particular is in the call. No need. Um, he said I sounded like a soccer mom once, and I was like, oh, fuck you. Really awesome. Didn't, like, there were way better ways to ask me who I was. It's like, oh, hey, there's someone on call I don't recognize. Who are you? But he said, who's the fucking soccer mom? I was like, okay. Bitch, suck my nuts. I didn't actually say that. I just stopped talking for the duration of the call. I was like, oh, okay. I think the nice guy kind of, like, jumped to my defense a little bit, which is definitely why I'm a big defender of his. He can get kind of annoying. But be mean to him at your own risk, because he was nice to me once, so it's fucking over now. Really doesn't take much. But yeah, I have such an interesting social life when I choose to. I forgot I hate drawing, by the way. So no wonder I've been talking for a really long time instead of drawing. Stole the scalpel up to your bed. I found nothing from the good old days. Just a duct tape box with my name. What you wanted, I've known. Difference to sit here in silence, stare and wait on the phone to ring. I'm gonna open this in a different tab so I can zoom the fuck in, maybe. Oh, her hands are moving. No wonder I couldn't fucking see what was going on. I'll just do whatever the fuck I want then. Haha. To make you stay. Run and tore it, but you looked away. And it's not my fault, it's obvious that it just fucks me up to see you now. Maybe I'll work on this tomorrow too, because I have a feeling I'm not gonna finish. You can tell why. See stories about. I chose not to have one for time being. To make you feel better. It does a little. But I will say seeing you get, wife and friends does make me feel extremely behind in that department, especially because we're one friend. Yeah, I don't like leaving you behind like that. Like, I don't. Is it. My romantic situation certainly is interesting, and I can't really get into specific details. I've been, like, lightly avoiding talking about it. Because I don't know how to, like, I don't know, because that's, like, why I was off for all of November, was my whole situation. So like, and normally I'm like pretty open about stuff on stream, so not being able to talk about it was very weird for me. And it's not even like I could talk about it if I wanted to, but like one, it's weird, and new for me. So I'm like, ugh. And then two, I have to be vague about it, and I don't, I don't like doing that. So, luckily, I spent pretty much all stream being vague as hell, so I'm getting the hang of it. No, but I do feel a bit bad in that sense, and that's probably partially why I'm concerned that you don't have many friends is because I'm starting to make some, so I feel kind of bad um that we're not, I don't know, we've always been so like in like on the same page. It's weird that I'm kind of like that we're on different like wavelengths now, and it's kind of weird. It's like, and it's happening for me too, but in a different way. Like you're so much further ahead of me in college, so you're thinking about like a career. I have 3 more years before I need to start thinking of that shit. So we're on different wavelengths in more than one way, so it's like really extra weird that that's going on. Um, where am I? There it is. Um, 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 not really sure how to fix that, but here we are, I guess. You stay here. Did I? I don't think I added fur to his boots last year, so I won't this year either. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I also feel like I'm not making friends at work because we're all in extremely different spots and nobody is like me in the creative sense. So maybe Sharon, like, either. Kenzie the artist is going, yeah. I'm sure, like, the level of, like, weird positivity that they have going on is also, I don't know, that's kind of, no, I don't want to save you, fuck off. But, like, there's that whole thing, and then on top of that, I feel like exhausting for sure. And then on top of that, it's kind of like, how are you supposed to discuss the fact that you don't fucking like this job with people who are like always in love with it all the time? It's like, holy shit, dude. It's like the most stressful shit of all time, and we're like, yay! So excited to get hit in the mouth again tomorrow. Let's go. Like, you are allowed to, like, not be excited for that. But I feel like nobody knows that. Nobody realizes that it's okay for things to not go good, even when you like your job. Things can be shitty and you can still like your fucking job. You don't have to be positive about it all the time. In fact, I think that's like, I'm always like an advocate for feeling the way that you feel. Like, again, I hate therapy speak, but toxic positivity, I fear, is real. It is okay to feel bad sometimes. Please, Jesus Christ. That's probably good. Um, no offense, but like, I'm allowed not to think being yelled at for 3 hours is not fun. I'm allowed to say this is fucking awful. I can't figure out what train than I am. Yeah, and like people with more experience too, like even if they're not like necessarily trained more than you. Been an awful good girl, Santa babies, worry down the chimney tonight. Unless you do. Sing out. See your picture with your brother. You looked proud. I was too. Too small to be found. You learn to keep it down. Maybe I'll make him transgender for fun. I won't do that, but God, that'd be so fun to do. Maybe next year. Maybe three pinup Santas, um, uh, three pinup Santas deep. No, dude. Being happy all the time sounds, oh my God, so awful. And it feels like every single one of her fucking coworkers is like that. I can't handle a lot of people who are happy all the fucking time. It's really watch out. It like apparently everybody loves this job so fucking much. They're like, I think I'm gonna change my major to this. Like every single person I start fucking on. It's so crazy. Lights of Virginia, too bright to stand. He's walking home with what? Dude, yes. Did somebody else fall prey? And honestly, they could use it, I think. We gotta put these people down. Or chillin' away. Have you what did you try to do? Just curious, like. But it's a chance and don't understand. Maybe I will finish this. Knows how it ends. I have to make him. Oops. He wasn't hairy enough last year, in my humble opinion. Oh no way! Okay, happy 9 to 5, everybody. Um, all right, you know what you have to do. You have to become management. Feeling that I never knew. I forgot that this picture allows me to. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna make this side bigger. Describe what I can't. You just cut me open, saying that's what I am. Feels like a good place to land. To my knees again. Understand. Tells when you know how it ends. I try to be like, yeah, isn't it so hard to constantly have this insert thing that happens with Cat all the time? Like, I'm stressed. Yeah, but we're making a difference. Ugh. Midlife can indeed be bad. I mean, like, overall, like, having there be a positive spin on things isn't always a bad thing, but sometimes you could always just hit one of them. So true. You could do that. Okay, I have to run it. I forgot about that part. Maybe they needed an adult to do it. Maybe like even though it even though kids don't hit that hard, but they can obviously, but like they're kids so they're not gonna like maim. Okay, maybe we need to get a gun. I'm just kidding. Oh, I have to run an ad. No way. You guys have fun figuring out how to get these people to feel negatively. I have to run an ad. Everybody sit tight during the ad. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I took like an extra minute on accident. I wasn't fucking paying attention. I was looking at chat the whole time, so I like emotionally I've reacted already. So true. She is like the favorite tech. For a lot of them, it's really funny. Coming up short, worried about. Mm. And flip the switch and turn it around and slowly. Oh my god, the Twitter emojis are so fucking funny. Who designed the scorpion? What are we doing here? That's fucking hysterical. Okay, sorry. I have to react to. My friend sends me a lot of shit on Twitter, and he was out of his mind on Benadryl. So he is like, "Can you please like react with an emoji to all of the tweets I just sent you?" And he sent me like 3, so it wasn't even that big of a deal. Um, but he was tired, so he wanted attention. I guess I'm not really sure what was happening there. But now I make like a game of picking reactions to all of his tweets. So I can't show you a lot of them because a lot of them are like mega horny, but the fucking I responded to one of them with a fire emoji, which is so out of character for me, but I'm having such a good time coming up with stupid, dumb fuck emojis. He sent me one about like again, a lot of them are horny, but one of them was like, so okay, I had sent him one about um it was um woke up to I'm sorry, no, opened 2 presents when I woke up this morning. My eyes, some stupid shit like that. So somebody had done a hornier version of that, which was like opened up 2 presents this morning, my holes. So the fucking emoji I picked to react to that one in particular was the fucking hole emoji, which is so fucking funny to me. Like, oh, that's a good one. Oh my god, the whole emoji. Because the whole emoji is so fucking stupid. What am I supposed to use that for? So I'm going like real deep on some of them while I scrolling for a while. Fire emoji is so goddamn funny. I love the fire emoji because I never use it. I almost did like the skull emoji for like the laughing really hard. Um, but the tweet that he sent wasn't that funny. I also don't use that emoji very often either. I've become a big emoji guy recently. I've been like, using them a lot lately. What? Sorry, Trilla. Okay, anyway. Back to this. Sorry, phone. My bad. Didn't mean to freak you out. Okay. Eh. Places, people. Mm. Question hard to answer. Empty this time. Pretty good hand, considering the angle. Shout out to myself, I'm very good at drawing. Hi, cat. How are you? Hope you're good. Okay. I feel like this is the reference picture. Her chin is like way. Not me. I got 2 readable. I got 4 books technically, but 2 of them are art books. Um, looking at the time made me pause. Oops. But yeah, what book is it? Um, I got 2 books. What? The first Bridgerton book, obviously. Um, because I asked for 2. Okay, I asked for 4 books for Christmas. I got all 4. 2 of them are ink work books. Well, one of them's an ink work book. The other one's like by the same author, but it's in ink. Like, um, it's like about like techniques and stuff. So it's like reading about the techniques and then you can practice them. 5 to 6. That's I just recently finished the books on my shelf. I have okay, there's one that I didn't finish, but I didn't really like it that much. It was about unlikable female characters. So it was like characters like women in media that you're actively not supposed to like is kind of the shtick of the book. So like um I don't know. It was just it talked too much. I don't watch movies, so like the fact that it was talking about a bunch of movies I hadn't seen, I just wasn't interested. And it was also saying the same things over and over and over again, so I got kind of sick of it, and I didn't get very far. I don't even think I got 100 pages deep. I was like on page 60. I was like, fuck, I can't read this anymore. So I quit. Um, which sucks because I like reading about media and like analysis of it. It just wasn't. It wasn't very fun. Um, anyway, The Girl Who Can Move Shit with Her Mind by Jackson Ford. Girl with Psychosis. It's really actionly. Actually, I thought it would because it sounded good. And it was on sale. Ooh, who doesn't love a good sale? Um, I finished my shelf too fast because I ended up having nothing to read for a hot minute there. Because I kind of slowed down on reading for a hot second because I don't actually really remember why. I just did. Oh, I was busy at school. But I um are you asking Trillo what 5 to 6 he has on the back burner or what books I got? Or what are we talking about? I I forgot what I was saying. We might, yeah. Ooh. I do. Oh, it's really funny that I decided to do this today because I did make a poster out of the original Pinup Santa. So the fact that I made effort and like made a poster and then decided to do this today and didn't fucking post is extremely funny. But I'm opening. Here's the original. Here's the first one, the 2023 Pinup Santa, if you recall him. I love drawing, dude. Just draws. Oh no, what happened in it? Okay. Really like the idea of his beard like laying out. Show the ocean, right? Of course. So sorry for your loss. My condolences. I'm in the middle of a book about um uh rural. It's called um White Rural Rage. I read nonfiction more often than not. But I so it's like about the disproportionate power of white rural people in comparison to urban voters because of the Senate primarily. Like there's malapportionment, I think is how you say it. New word for me. I've never said that shit out loud. Um, but I checked that out from the library that I work at because it was on the new book cart, and nobody ever touches books here. Uh, um, don't tell anybody. Um, but um I don't expect to get it back honestly. Cuz I my my friend was talking to me about his favorite artist. And so I was, I was minding my business at work and there was a book literally about this artist and I was like, "Yo!" And I think art books are kind of neat. Even if they just end up being coffee table books, they're kind of fun to flip through. Um, cuz that's what coffee book tables are for. But I had seen it like laid out and I was like cuz for some reason it was like off the shelves. I never would have known if we had this book if it hadn't been sitting there. So this is like destiny, you know what I'm saying? So I was like flipping through it every so often and my boss was there and I was like, "Hey, is this out for any reason?" She was like, "Oh no, that's a return. It can go back on the shelves." Because for some reason we didn't think, "Oh, let's go put this on the fucking shelf where we like reshelve the books." Let's just set it on this on this random fucking cart behind the front desk, because that's where that goes. Anyway, um, the but anyway, it was about his favorite artist. So I was, oh my god, look! So I took it. I did not check it out. None of these books get any use, okay? So I was like, hey, your favorite artist has a book here. Do you want to see it? He was like, ooh, sure. So we were hanging out like last week or something. And so I was like, we were coming back. I brought him to see Christmas lights. Um, anyway, um, I, we were walking back and I was like, yeah, the book about your favorite artist is in my car, so I have to take you in my car before you go. Um, and so he was like, when's it due back? I was like, it's not. I never checked it out. So if the library receives that book back, it'll be a fucking miracle. Oh, he can bring it back if he wants to. I actually don't give a chance. I could just be like, oh no, it's lost. Oh no. Because we lose shit all the time. No one, like, okay, because we have the interlibrary loan system or whatever. So, the way the interlibrary loan system goes is you can, like, you send a book from your library to a different library, and it can be all over the state. Um, so true. Do other states have those? Ours is called Melcat. Cause it's Michigan's, and it's like it's the oldest fucking program I've ever seen in my life. It's so inefficient, it makes no sense. So I put it on my resume, obviously. Oh, okay, congrats. Cause I love Melcat. Melcat's really really cool. Um, and I'm so glad it exists. Cause like some libraries have like Wii games and shit, and if that, oh, okay, I'm glad it's something cat. Because Melcat's fun to say. Um, but I forgot. What was I saying? Oh, right. Like some libraries have, because there was this one library I went to with my grandma when I was a kid. That um like had Xbox games to check out. And so if the library puts those things on the Melcat system, you can check them out. So like I was like, I don't really want to buy the Harry Potter game. The I forget what it's called actually. Hogwarts Legacy, I think. I'm curious about it. Cuz people say it's dog shit. So I'm curious. I want to play. But I don't want to buy a 60 fucking dollar game to play as a bit. You know what I mean? Especially when it's like funneling money into her pocket, so it's like also unethical on top of that. I feel like people will yell at me, but anyway, cuz I can't cuz we were like doing the Harry Potter stream, if you guys recall that, someone someone came in and got like a little bit pissy that we were doing Harry Potter related stuff. Hey, I don't care that much. Like she sucks and is a bitch. Um, like quality wise, like have you played? Um, because honestly, I wouldn't even pay that much for it. I feel like it'd have to be like a $20 game to start, and it'd have to go on sale for like 5 for me to buy it. And it's not even like a moral thing. It's I don't even wanna. I kind of figured we were doing. I agree. Um, we were doing Evil for Good, and I could have done more evil. Honestly, like I could have bought the damn game if I had wanted to. It's good quality, but kind of boring. Ah, damn. Okay. See, and that's why I would want to. But that's what's so great about the Melcat Interlibrary Loan System is you could just fucking check it out from the library because it has a Switch one, which I know is I think the worst version of the game. So I'd be playing the worst version of the game, but I'd be playing for free, via the library, and I'd only have like 2 weeks to play it. I did manage to snag Mario Party once. And that was the game that I tried to get Wii Sports Resort, which turns out I wouldn't have even been able to play anyway because it has like weird remotes that you have to have for that game to even fucking function, and we have the original Wii remotes. We don't have the weird game ones. So luckily all they sent me was the instruction manual, which sucked so bad, by the way, because it said electronic. Again, the system is really old, super bad, but the in the system it said that it was an electronic resource, which is, you know, kind of an annoying way to say video game, but whatever. I assume it's just because it's like a really old system, so that was like the closest they could get. Um, but yeah, I tried to order Wii Sports Resort initially. They only sent me the instruction manual. So I was like, "Okay, fuck you. I'm trying again." And then I ended up getting the Mario Party. I haven't used it since. I haven't um I haven't bothered. I wholeheartedly believe there's not much point. Mainly because I read really, really slow. I'd like to get to the point where I can read a book in a couple of weeks like that, but at this stage I really fucking can't. My book goal for the year has moved from from 10, which I think I didn't technically hit. Like I think I probably read like 8 or 9, but if you count an art book that I had read, then it's 10. Cuz I did read it. So I feel like it should count. It was just a little bit of a weird read. Um Maybe I did read more than 10 actually. But anyway, I'm boosting my goal up to 12 cuz I feel like that's, I don't need to get ambitious here. Who told me they were going to read 60? Sorry, not 6. Oh man. Somebody told me they were going to read 60 books this year. And I was like, you're fucking insane. Who said that? I don't remember. But okay, okay, yeah. 60 is, oh my god, so many. I am a It's not that I don't like to read. I do, but I read a lot denser, heavier stuff. Like I don't only read fiction books. I read a lot of nonfiction, notably. Um uh Remy had read uh a book called Jesus and John Wayne. I think he wrote a paper about it back when he was in school. So he read it a fucking long ass time ago, or at least a year ago. Um, Even when I'm working at it was all fiction, and that like 100 is crazy. I can't like even fiction books. I can't even imagine 100. Honestly, I could whip through them a lot quicker. Except also know the fuck. Okay, it has to be good. Um, because I was reading a slop romance book, and that one took me a bit to get through. It shouldn't have. Like, it was a really quick read. It's just that I kept putting it down, forgetting, because I wasn't compelled by it or anything. I was really interested in Thirst, that one vampire book that I had read and hated. But, like, I respect, okay, my feelings on that book are complicated. I did not enjoy reading it because I just didn't like the way that it was. It frustrated me and didn't like I had too many preconceived notions of the book before I had picked it up. So I had a certain way I was imagining it to go, and then it ended up being more about like grief and loss than it really was about lesbians having super awesome gay sex. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to have like super like disgusting like on the couch, in the kitchen, in the shower. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but instead of what I wanted, it was like, I'm sad. My mom, she's dead. And we also never like, and it, like, artistically, never learning the names of the characters made sense. It just frustrated me because when I wanted to talk about the book, I fucking couldn't. Um, Thirst? Because I did talk about it on stream, I think. Because I was really pissed. Um, but yeah, the book I'm talking about is called Thirst. It was actually translated from Spanish to English, so I was reading the translation. Um, which I've never read a translation before. So I'm kind of I almost wish I could have read it in the uh oh damn, is there another one that's very similar? I'm kind of curious now. Like, what the hell did I do? Um what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, that one I read really fast because I was interested. Even though I didn't like the book, it was like compelling because of the reasons I was frustrated. Um, so I certainly read the fuck out of it. I'm not I can't even lie to you. Um, but I didn't like I don't know. I had too many preconceived notions. I feel like if I had went into the book with no um oh like, okay, if I had gone into the book knowing it was going to be sapphic and about grief, I probably wouldn't have been so upset. Like, I don't mind sad, like, deeper topics or whatever. Like, that's not what bothered me. It's just that I wanted them to have sloppy lesbian sex, but they fucking didn't. They might have once, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was significant. I think there was actually more heterosexual sex in the book than there was. Oh, okay, no. They didn't have lesbian sex. The modern woman, non-vampire, did jerk off though. That was pretty much it. Um but there was more heterosexual sex in that book than lesbian sex. So I was really pissed the fuck off because it was supposed to be gay and it was like there was a lot of men there. They were making points about men. So like last book I read was Sizzle to Death, The Prince of Progress by Christopher Ryan. Just bullshit pseudo slap about how the switch from pre-agrarian society has led us down a path of excess. Has put us on the track for dystopia style future. Like fuck off, mate. I read shit, but I also don't want to eat berries and live in a mud hut. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm hoping I get to a point. One of the things I'm scared of is me picking up a book and having it make points that I fundamentally disagree with, but because it's in a book, I don't have like the critical thinking skills to be like this doesn't make any fucking sense and is stupid. But since it's in a book, I believe it anyway. I feel like that probably doesn't make any sense. Like having that fear is probably step 1 to like deeper thinking and like being able to digest and have an opinion on something that I read. But I am really fucking scared that I'm gonna pick something up that's gonna be like diametrically opposed to who I am. Um, because I've been duped before. Um, I I was in high school, so it kind of makes sense that I didn't have like the critical thinking skills. I had like an unwavering trust in all of my teachers. So when my civics and econ teacher was a libertarian and he taught econ with a libertarian slant, I just believed him. You know what I mean? I was like, "Yep, this makes sense. This all it must be correct. I am not being fed political opinions." Interestingly, he didn't teach civics in a libertarian fashion. It was only his economic views. Um, that's a good point. I'm just And it's not like I'm really like looking for things that agree with me. I'm looking for books that look interesting. Um I just haven't come across one that I've disagreed with yet because everything looks sound. Like the Rural White Rage one, it's like it's talking about shit that makes sense to me. I'm like, yep, that checks out. Um Particularly like cuz I've like deep down I've always known that the Senate doesn't make any fucking sense. Having like two senators for each state no matter the population, that's always been some stupid bullshit that doesn't make any sense. But I forgot because that's just how America is we have the Senate and that's how it goes. But reading this book, oh my god, it's actually pissing me the fuck off. I'm like, "Oh wow, I forgot. The Senate exists and this is actually causing us problems. That's crazy." So like it was more like a wake-up call and the book was like there is nothing we can do about the Senate. We would have to rewrite the fucking constitution and that is literally impossible. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, empires only last 250 years, so really crossing fingers for America's downfall so we can try again. Because the Senate is so stupid. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, sorry, Kat. I will read your chat now. Read a book where the premise was that someone was hurt out in the cold and someone had to come save her, and that was a problem for like 5 chapters. Like in as in like it was a problem for 5 chapters solved after 5 chapters and then the rest of the book was nothing burger, or like it took a really long time to solve the problem. I'm not sure what you mean. Change it now, unless you do. Brother, you looked proud. You should try reading So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Rawson. Probably one of my favorite nonfiction books, and it's set from a non-biased position. So you can kind of break down what he's saying and see how he builds his opinions on the given case studies. Oops, I fucked up my chapstick. What's it about? I'll write it down. I'm out of books. Oops, wrong location. Off topic, but fairly. Oh, that's so fucking scary. What are we doing? No, that's okay. I appreciate the participation. I'm with Trill on this though. Like, how and why? Yeah. She has what? Nobody liked this. Too bright to stand. She's walking home with new life in her hands. Book Street. John Ronson's also a fucking completely ridiculous name. Let's continue. Okay, I don't. Where did you see that? Up on a feeling, but don't understand. Just to herself when she knows how it ends. I wouldn't trade it. This thing that we do. So it's a feeling that I never knew. Feel me walking me through as we talk in the dark of your room. I cry, but I can't. Just cut me open. Oh, congrats! Let's go! Someone was sharing their favorite facts, and they said that a mom who watched Peppa Pig consistently noticed that the way she was animated, it was like a teeth. Oh god, yeah, that sucks. Teeth like freak me the fuck out so bad. It's freezing rain. Oh, ew. Now I'm gonna go check the weather. So I'm gonna do it on my phone. Checking it on the computer sucks for some reason. Not really sure why that's the case. Oh, okay. Early, this is completely fucking off topic, by the way. So I follow this guy named Theme Park Mark. He's got like maybe 4 fucking followers, but like I've been on like Disney like slash theme park Twitter, recently, because as soon as the new and I still have to go to work regardless. Oh, I at that point you may as well just kill yourself. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I'd be pretty upset if I were in your position. Um, But anyway, ever since the announcement that they're getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D, I don't know if you guys have heard or care, but they're getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. They're trying to preserve it in any way that they fucking can. But honestly, everybody knows that means they're just going to put it on Disney Plus, therefore putting it at risk of um getting taken down at any point, and then like it's lost media, which sucks because that was Jim Henson's last project. So the Muppets community is very upset about this occurring. Anyway, um, I've been on. Oh, it fucking sucks. I'm so pissed the fuck off. Muppet, and especially because I know if they put Muppet Vision 3D on Disney Plus, that doesn't include that most likely. I don't want to like run around saying it doesn't include the pre-show because if they do put it on Disney Plus, we don't know if that's the case. We don't know if that's where it's going. Um, by the way, they're not even tearing down the building; they're just repurposing it. So that really fucking sucks. So, have I talked about this on stream? I might have, but that's okay. Let's do it again. So what they're doing, this is completely irrelevant to my original point, by the way. But anyway, what they're doing is they're taking the Little Muppets courtyard, which has fucking 3 things in it. It has Muppet Vision 3D, it has Pizza Rizzo, which is just a pizza restaurant. It used to be Pizza Planet, but now it's Pizza Rizzo. And then it has like the a Muppet store, and it's got like it's just a little courtyard. There's not much there, and it's in Hollywood Studios. There's not a whole lot going on there. So they're changing that area to be a Monsters Inc. themed land. Now, I think that's kind of cool, so I don't mind that land in particular. It's an older IP, it's a classic, so it doesn't bother me so much, especially since it's Pixar related and it's a good movie and they have the Toy Story land, which somebody pointed out didn't age very well, and I agree completely. I'm not a huge fan of IP lands, especially in anywhere really. I don't like IP lands. IP lands kind of piss me off. Hollywood Studios makes the most sense for IP lands, but they are really bad at making cool things at Disney these days. So everything kind of fucking sucks shit. So like Star Wars Land, it was supposed to have like walk around characters like robots that you could like interact with. You were supposed to like see stormtroopers all the time and they were supposed to like interact with you. And like so there was supposed to be a lot more like cool like alien shit going on, but they just didn't do a lot of that stuff because they're just like money. You're a fucking $1 billion company. Shut the fuck up. No one gives a shit about your goddamn money. I mean I do. You just need to put it in the right places, okay? And it needs to go into Oh, There Will Be Bloodland. That's so funny. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure you're correct all the same. But anyway, point is, IP lands kind of piss me off. They fall flat. They don't make like Toy Story Land is the better IP land that they have. Cause it's first of all Toy Story, so it's a classic IP. Like that's one of the first. Like that's the first Pixar movie. So like having that be an IP land is fine, and it's cool. Like it's you shrink down and become a toy, and it's cool. And there's a good restaurant there, and I like the restaurant. The two ride. I'm sorry. Toy Story Mania is good, but that was pre-existing. That ride existed before Toy Story Land did. They didn't even move it. They just kind of repiped it back where the Toy Story Land is, so the entrance is just in a different spot now. Because they used to have like the Pixar courtyard, which had the like an I don't even really. It was like a weird building where you could like meet and greet characters. So toys like Woody and Buzz used to sit there, and then Toy Story Mania was on the other side. There might have been like a store in that area, but I don't think there was a whole lot going on there in that area. Anyway, point is they piped it back, and so now the entrance is just in a different spot. They didn't even move the ride or anything, which is good. That would be like a fucking waste of money. So they just piped it back, and so now it's three rides back there. It's the Slinky Coaster. I'm getting off track, but it doesn't matter. It's the Slinky Coaster, the stupid alien twirl ride, which I actually really like. I think it's super cute and fun. It feels like a carnival ride, which feel like again for Disney probably isn't like you're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to fucking be there. You're not really there to go on like a cutesy carnival ride, but I really like it. I think it's charming. Probably not my greatest opinion. That's okay. Toy Story Mania is obviously really good. The shooting rides are always a blast. It's kind of screamy, but I can kind of let it slide a little bit. Like Buzz Lightyear, like, visually is a lot better because they actually have animatronics. I'm always a big fan of things moving, actually. So Toy Story Mania is like, eh. But that's kind of when they started getting cheap with it, was Toy Story Mania, but nobody really noticed because it was still a really fun ride. It was interactive enough for you not to care about the sort of cheap quality of Toy Story Mania. Anyway, so they're adding a new IP land. They're getting rid of Muppets Courtyard. They're killing it, which sucks because Disney owns Muppets and should use it but doesn't. They don't care about the Muppets at all. So they're killing it, and instead, because they're losing the licensing to Aerosmith, they're going to replace the Rock and Roller Coaster Aerosmith theming. And they're gonna put the Muppets there instead, which is fine. I actually kind of like that. I think if anything was going to happen to the Rock and Roller Coaster that would have to have the sound changed, I would want it to be the Muppets. Like, I really like the Aerosmith theming. I think it's really fun. The intro little video is really cute because you get to like see Aerosmith, and they like get you a super stretch limo so you can go to their show. It's really cute and silly. I love it so much. Um and so I was kind of disappointed that they were going to have to get rid of the Aerosmith theme because they didn't have the rights to it anymore. And it's also a little bit dated, so I feel like a lot of the kids coming in wouldn't really get it. And like Muppets is kind of old too, but it's more like it's I don't want to say Aerosmith isn't timeless, but the Muppets has a more timeless quality to it, and kids can enjoy it a little more. The Rock and Roller Coaster is one of the more hardcore rides in Disney World, so like unfortunately they're moving the Muppets, a really kid-friendly thing. All of Disney is kid-friendly, but like the Muppets in particular, you know what I mean? In like a super family-friendly cutesy thing into one of the more hardcore rides, and they're not gonna change the track, obviously. It's still gonna fucking corkscrew and loop-de-loop, you know what I mean? So kids aren't gonna wanna fucking go on that. I mean, some kids do, but like, not every kid is gonna wanna go on a corkscrew loop-de-loop ride. So painting that over with the Muppets kind of fucking sucks for the younger kids who are big fans of Muppets but not big fans of roller coaster rides. So people arguing about that kind of made sense to me. And people being disappointed that the Muppets weren't going to be anywhere but that ride. So somebody suggested that they should put the Muppet Vision 3D in the theater that's in the same area as Rock and Roller Coaster, because it's an empty theater right now. It's this fuck ass Cars show, which is really bad and funny. I love that it's there. It's so obviously cheap and like thrown in there for no reason. They're apparently going to put a villains show in there soon to kind of test it out for this villains land that they're going to do. I think in Magic Kingdom. I'm not super sure. Don't fucking quote me on that. Um but people suggested that they put it back there. And like that would be fine, but the fact that they wouldn't retheme the building is really upsetting. And the pre-show is so fucking important to me. If they didn't put the pre-show in that building also, I'd be so pissed off. Like the not it's not just about the fucking base show of Muppet Vision 3D, right? It's about the whole thing. Like Disney used to create experience. You know what I'm saying? And not to sound like super dorky or anything. I'm very passionate about theme parks. It's kind of stupid, but anyway, they used to create experiences. Like every little detail mattered. They don't give a fuck about you anymore. They're like, money please. And it fucking sucks. I'm sure they were always like, money please, but like it's worse now. It's super fucking bad. Like it's to like a detrimental degree, because just recently, I believe in Disneyland, they opened what the fuck is her name? Hold on, let me Google it. Madame Leota. Haha, I didn't have to Google it. So in the Haunted Mansion, there is a floating like ball woman, right? She's like the head in the floating ball. Her name is Madame Leota. So they opened a Haunted Mansion themed store in Disneyland. And everyone was so fucking psyched. Everybody loves the Haunted Mansion. It's one of the best parts of Disney World slash land. And there's two different ones. Like in Disneyland, it's themed slightly differently than the Disney World one. So if you went to like the opposite one that you were used to, you'd get like a new experience. I think that's really cool. I don't remember what the theming of the other one is like, because I've only been to Disney World. So the Disney World is like Victorian mansion, you know what I mean? I think the other one's more like cowboy coded, but I'm actually not sure, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Disneyland that they opened the Madame Leota store in, but if it's Disney World, it's basically the fucking same. Um, but they opened a new store. And so they've been opening a lot of buildings in Disney World. Like they in Epcot they opened the Communicore Center. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I think it's like a festival building cuz Epcot has a lot of festivals. Like they've got the Food and Wine Festival in like um fall. I think it's like late August through November. They've got an art festival, which is January through February. They have like a springtime flower festival. Christmas is a big event in Epcot because you can like experience the different traditions of the different countries and shit. Oops, I've been talking so long, it's 10 o'clock. Sorry about that. I haven't even gotten to my point yet. I just started yapping. I'm sorry. But you get it. Um, um, I They opened Communicore. They also put new lights in the entrance to Epcot because they used to have lights in the ground at Epcot and they were super sparkly and cute. And I loved the Epcot floor lights. It made nighttime at Epcot magical, blah blah blah. Also super nostalgic because it was also in my favorite area, Innoventions. They have gotten rid of Innoventions, which makes me wanna fucking kill myself because it had the best soundtrack fucking ever. Um, but they put lights in the Epcot entrance and they malfunction all the fucking time. So they did it super cheap. They put the Communicore building in and the concept art looks nothing like the actual fucking building. So recently they had like the gingerbread thing in the Communicore building since it was Christmas. As once the building was finished, they did the Christmas stuff. And so the building was supposed to have a lot more in it. It was supposed to be like super pretty, like not interactive, but like there's supposed to be stuff to look at. It looks like an empty like expo hall a little bit where they put stuff in it. Which sucks because it's supposed to be Disney, it's supposed to be, magical and fun and cool and interesting, but it was just a fucking empty building that they put some merch in and then they put the gingerbread in for Christmas. It was a giant gingerbread Epcot ball. Which looked okay. Um, but yeah, so Communicore building sucked shit. The entrance lights suck shit. Um, so the Madame Leota building, people are noticing that the decoration in the Madame Leota building, the store that they just put in, has Redbubble AI generated pictures in it. You know how fucking crazy that is to me? A company literally built off the hard work of passionate and dedicated artists is fucking decorating one of their stores with AI generated ghosts and shit. They bought a fucking bust head off of like Etsy instead of like making like not maybe not Etsy. I don't remember where it was from. So fucking so bad. So it's decorated with a bunch of AI slop, fucking bust heads from like Etsy, like they didn't even like yeah, got it off of Etsy. And so everyone's super disappointed. Everybody fucking loves the Haunted Mansion. Madame Leo is really cool, blah blah blah. So the fact that they decorated this building like shit fucking sucks. That sucks so bad. Like they're doing it in the cheapest way humanly possible. And people are paying thousands of people are starting to be priced out of Disney when they didn't used to be. You know what I mean? Like the prices are rising so fucking badly. It's like it's getting to the point where people who used to go all the time can't fucking go anymore. I'm going to get out of this cuz I'm not working on it and it's past 10. But um Um, we'll finish this tomorrow. I didn't really have anything that I wanted to do. I didn't want to play Epic Mickey. But anyway, so the Madame Leota building really fucking sucks. So anyway, people need to understand that these companies have changed on like a molecular level. They don't care about art. They don't care about that. And it fucking sucks so bad. Like it's and it was that's always been like the end point. Unfortunately, blah blah blah, late stage capitalism, blah 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 blah. Like that's what sucks about being like a theme park fan. You know what I mean? So, like I I'm highly nostalgic for the experiences that I had as a kid in the theme parks. And they meant a lot to me, and like Disney was a big thing growing up, blah 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 blah. And so like from that perspective, I I like the things Disney did when I was a kid and didn't know any better. You know what I mean? We should deal with Walt Disney. Uh, 3 o'clock flagpole. Uh, that's sorry. But like, and it's not even necessary because he definitely isn't dead. And it's not even necessarily that the companies have, I guess, changed. It was always the end game. If we really think about it, that money ended up being the thing. I mean, I don't think that was like Walt Disney's like main goal when he was building the parks. Well, I watched a documentary. It might have been. Cause like for him, the movies that he was animate, like the things he was making was like the art, was really important to him. Um, like he loved artists. He loved encouraging the craft. Um, which good. That's great. He was a fucking asshole. Like don't get me wrong. Like mega racist and sexist and fucking a super bad person, right? Like not good to his wife, etc., etc. But like that's what he cared about was like the art that he was making. Like he was going broke for these movies. He was right. He right, of course. Um, but crazy bastard fly high. So true. Um, but like I don't know. he made cool things. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Like he's a piece of shit, but goddamn, Disney World's cool as hell. Oh, I was I was the greatest chance I've ever had. You know. Um. So yeah, I don't know. It's always kind of sucky to be caught in between understanding how capitalism works and how it was always going to be this way in the end, and then being like, no, please, my, my Disney memory. You know what I mean? It's so like corny and dorky. But I am unfortunately not fucking immune. I like Disney World. Um, there's certainly a balance, I think. I need a big art project, so I'll just save it to big art projects and not think about it. But yeah, anyway, point is, I wasn't I wasn't even talking about any of this stuff. Like, I I follow Theme Park Mark. None of any of that had anything to do with what I was actually going to say. What I was actually going to say is Theme Park Mark asked, what is your favorite non-ride thing to do at Magic Kingdom? And so I said, listen to Sunny Eclipse, which is a really like super 80s looking animatronic that is in a restaurant and he like sings really stupid songs. Um Exactly. But unfortunately, Twitter has broken my brain a little bit and I feel guilty about it, about feeling that way, you know? Um, Not like to the point where it's like detrimental and I don't feel the way that feel because of the way Twitter is, but like there's a little piece. Um, but anyways, I answered Sunny Eclipse and me and Theme Park Mark, funniest name ever by the way, we had a good conversation. Because he was just like, oh my god, so true. I love Sunny Eclipse. He really brings the energy. And I'm like, exactly, Theme Park Mark. And so I responded to him. I was like, me. And he was like, so glad he's there. I was like, me too. Tomorrowland needs a little bit of a refresher, just like a little paint over ride maintenance kind of situation. Because they're killing Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland looks the oldest. It has the least like stuff going on. They added the Tron ride, which took them like 6 fucking years to build, and it's kind of dog shit. Like normal what they used to do was they used to make like the lines interactive to make things feel like they take less time. And since it took them 6 fucking years, you'd think that all of the interior looks really, really good. No. Some of the interior looks really, really good. When you're like getting on the ride, it's so fucking crazy in there. It looks in fucking sane, right? Like whoa, like it feels like you're in space or like in the video game or in the movie or what I don't fucking know. I haven't seen Tron the original. I think I saw Tron Legacies as a kid. But that's the shitty one obviously. But I haven't seen I should see Tron. One of my New Year's resolutions was I wrote down on Christmas yesterday. I One of them is watch a movie a week. I write that down. This will be the third year I've written that down. I'm really bad at watching movies. I don't think I watched one fucking movie on purpose. In 2024. Like in the I'm going to watch a movie a week mindset. Like I think I skipped week 1 and I was like, "Well, it's basically over." Um yeah. Disneyland is the California one, Disney World is the Florida one. Um and Disney World is the cooler one, the one that I have gone to. I have not gone to the California one. My mom has gone and not invited me, which is pretty fucked up. Florida is the bigger one. California only has 2 separate theme parks, and I couldn't fucking tell you what they're called. I think it's California Adventure and then maybe like Magic Kingdom 2. I mean 1. I don't actually remember. I think okay, let me Google it before I go making claims. What parks are at Disneyland? Okay. Disney. I also thought there was only four in Paris. Paris is really funny. I think that's the failing one. Okay, so the Magic Kingdom of Disneyland is Disneyland Park, and then they have Disney California Adventure. So those are the two parks that they have. They also have Downtown Disney there as well, which is just like a shopping district. In um in Florida, they have Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. Epcot's the best one. But yes, they do have one in Tokyo. They do have one in Paris. I think there's like a couple of like destination. Yeah. Um, there's like a destination thing that used to be in Ireland for like a hot second. They might have gotten rid of that. Because it wasn't really a Disney park, it was like a Disney experience or some shit. They also have the cruises. There's a resort in Hawaii called Alani. I was obsessed with that as a kid. I like looked up the the website and I wrote everything down, and then I found out that it was boring and I didn't really want to go because the only thing you could really do was swim. And it's like swimming is cool, but not that fucking cool. So I was like, oh, okay. Um but yeah, Disney's fucking huge and there's so goddamn many of them. There's so many stupid things you could do. But I'm a Disney World guy. Like that's where I sit typically. But anyway, I've gone over talking about Disney World, LMAO. Defunct Land, I think once I found out that you could be like a theme park guy, you know what I mean? Like you could have like theme park knowledge and like have theme park opinions. You know what I mean? It broke my fucking brain. Same with Jenny Nicholson. Like she's so funny and cool. Like Grace and I watched her Star Wars hotel video. That shit was so funny. It makes me want to like go places and like do things, but like stupid shit. Not like I'm gonna go fucking hike um the Rocky Mountains. I want to go do stupid shit like ride the shortest roller coaster and look at the world's biggest paperclip. Stupid stuff. But like theme park stuff. Uh, J- Jenny Nicholson was talking in one of her videos about how she always looks up themed hotels in whatever place she stays, which is such a fucking cute idea. She stayed in like a goat themed hotel. Ooh, I don't want to do that one. That one looked uncomfortable and unpleasant to me personally, but I assume you can pick. There might be options, you know what I mean, for the themed hotels that I could be going to. Oh, foreign bars for my Disneyland. I'm just a little guy. I've been becoming very aware of how like abnormal it is to be like super fucking sober. Like I turned 21, a couple years ago cuz I'm 23 now. I've had one alcoholic beverage and it was a slushy. I'm going to be fucking so upfront with you. It was a shark themed slushy from Applebee's. And I drank it. Nothing happened. And then I went home. And it was I think I was it was like a birthday dinner with my family. It was not my birthday. It was somebody else's. We were at Applebee's. I had this one drink and that was fucking it. Remy keeps talking about how he gets wine drunk at family gatherings, and I'm like, okay. And then I went to that Halloween party and everyone was fucking gone. I'm just kidding. They weren't that. They were drinking. One girl was super omega drunk to an annoying degree because she was being like really loud and shit. But yeah, it's very weird to realize that I am like stone cold sober by comparison to everybody else. Um, like, yeah, sure, it's okay. It's just I don't know why it makes me feel so weird. Because I've just never been super social before, so like comparing myself to others is not something that I've ever done. But now I am because I'm like talking to more people. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Is all I think. I've actually got two tiny um bottles of blackberry liquor under my bed right now. I have a new bed I can put things under, and that's where I decided to put those. I have no idea what to do with them. Zero fucking clue. So, if anybody's in the market, let me know. Two blackberry liquors. All right, I'm gonna go now. Hope you enjoy nondescript Balkan beer soon. Because I'm not like upset or anything. I just think it's interesting. Like, like other people's experiences are different from mine. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of like an anthropological interest. Not that is probably a bit too far, like a little deep. Social. I don't know. People are different from me, and I think that's neat. Anyway, see everybody later. I'll probably either not show up tomorrow because I'm lazy. I'm actually surprised I showed up today, so I'll probably show up tomorrow. But I'll either not show up because I'm lazy, or I'll come back and uh draw the Santa or talk. Apparently. Everybody enjoy your evening. Godspeed out there. I love you.